Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We come to the last of the four reviews. PBKS DC, a very high-stake match at Dharamsala, I think, if I'm not wrong, in the
Yes,
very hills of Dharamsala, yes. And PBKS won the toss and they decided to bowl. And then, sorry, Delhi won the toss and decided to bowl. And finally, they won the match. But I'll start off with Sudeep.
yeah,
Uh, PBKS, another team like RR.
absolutely,
They were at the top for I think 3.5 weeks, and they are
absolutely.
now just about fourth. Not as bad as RR, but RR PVKs are the two teams which we never thought. Now SRH and GT are replacing them. Oh, what is the problem? Prabhsimran, Priyansh are not as bad as the other openers. But what is the issue? Is the bowling an issue? Why PBKs is losing? They lost 4 matches, and Shreyas Iyer has no answer. Remember you in the press conference, 4 straight loss that we are
Yeah,
normally seeing with DC, but this time it's on the other end. So PBK is 4 losses. So I mean, they are. We always said that they are one of and they should have win this year IPL.
yeah,
But
yeah.
now it is not sure they will win. So what is the problem,
Yeah,
PBKs?
suddenly, major teams of the tournament, we discussed it before, are losing momentum, and PBKs is one of
Correct.
the teams. I think it has lost the last four matches, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
It has
yes.
lost
Last
the
four.
last four matches. So this is definitely a cause of worry because going forward, if you want to qualify for the top four, even in the top four, you have to be very consistent, in your performance. If you
Because
want,
see, you lose one eliminator, you are out, and if you lose if you lose the first final, still you have one more match. But
the
in the eliminator,
PBKs,
you are already down.
this is one of the best chances, for a team like PVKs to win this tournament, basically. But if they have to now pull up their socks, I think it's time they need to perform. Their
So what is the problem you think?
bowling,
Batting or
bowling,
bowling?
bowling is a big problem. If you look at the bowling figure, everybody went for 10 plus,
Yash
except
Thakur coming
Arshdeep,
as an impact player, giving almost 60 runs.
except
Marco
Arshdeep.
Jansen. Marco Jansen is a problem. There's no doubt. Ben Doerro
Everyone.
is also a problem. Everyone
Uh,
is a problem. I think the
honest.
foreign bowlers are having a problem. We need to look at the teams now. I think what is
Apart
the
from
team of
RD, every
PBK?
bowling unit is a problem.
Except Arshdeep Singh, they don't have any leading bowler,
Yeah,
basically.
PBKs, we need to see their bowling.
Not
Marcus
very
Stoinis,
good.
Harpreet, Marco Jansen, Azmatullah Vardhan, Priyansh Arya,
They are
Rashid
underutilizing
Khan.
Shashank Singh also in bowling.
Arshdeep Singh,
He's an
Yaduvendra Chahal.
all-rounder.
Chahal is not playing. Vijay Kumar, Yash Thakur, Javier Bartlett, Praveen
Acha,
Dubey. There are a
Chahal,
lot of
acha,
bowlers.
no, this is very shocking decision. They did not play
Yeah.
Chahal in the last match.
Yes, yes. They did not play Chahal.
Chahal,
Very shocking.
Chahal is the leading bowler.
We
At least
discussed that
could have,
if Varun fails, Chahal might get into the Indian side in
and
T20. There's a possibility.
in that crunch situation yesterday, Chahal would have been a handy bowler,
And
but they
we
did
were
not play him.
discussing in the group. You remember, I was saying the PVKs will go canter through, but they did not. And DC
Exactly,
surprisingly want to still stay alive somehow.
exactly. I think they need to look at the team now, team composition, I
Yes.
think.
Although they are winning and they'll still top four, I have a huge feeling that they are also
Yeah, yeah.
succumbing to pressure.
I
And
don't,
then big time.
absolutely, Rahul.
Ishanjan, uh,
Yeah,
5 changes made by DC yesterday. 5. They got in Madhav. They got in, I think, yes, they got in Madhav. They got in
Madhav and Bush.
Sushil. They got in Akib. They got in Porel. So Mitchell Starc 4 overs for 60. As we were discussing, Mitchell Starc coming back, of course, he's lent some stability. But is he bowling well? Is the question.
See, I will say actually the type of
I am talking
bowler
only of
Mitchell
Mitchell
Stark.
Starc now.
Yeah. Mitchell Stark is a type of bowler. Mainly he relies mainly on the swing. Mainly relies on the swing and the type of his bowling is much more conducive for the in Australian and Sena mainly for England and Australia because where the wickets will be fully green and fully. But here he's playing in the Indian summer. First of all, the things why over here Bhuvneshwar Kumar can be very handy rather than the way the bowling of Mitchell Stark and Hazelwood. See, in fact, Hazelwood also very much that means blatant at the moment. So, in for this wicket, I don't think Mitchell Stark. You can absolutely rely on Mitchell Stark for because this is the wicket right now. And the actually the as the day progressing, summer is getting more intensified. In that cases, you will require the slow bowler. You will require the bowlers who are mainly addicted to slow bowling specialists, mainly like Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, like Arshdeep Singh, like who can pick up wickets based with their slow bowling. Well, like Prince Yadav, like this one. In fact, what's the Sakib Hassan. Uh, but to foreign bowlers, you can for the foreign bowlers, I can only see some Jofra
No, I
Archer
asked this
playing.
question to Sudeep
But
also. I am asking you now. If they win three, they have got two matches, sorry. So they go to 14. And if the other teams lose, there's a very outside chance they'll qualify, very outside. So 10% maybe, because other teams have to lose also and big time. Do you think Mitchell Starc, if at all they qualify, which is very unlikely, if they qualify, what is the problem with Mitchell Starc? Is that injury problem? He's a little gingery, or do you think he's 37, but he didn't bowl like that in Ashes? He bowled so well. What is the problem you think with Mitchell Starc, Shannon? But he came after a long layoff and he was fresh when he came. Vishanjan, I'm asking you. So, what do you think is the
Acha,
problem with Mitchell Starc?
see, that's the same thing which I will tell you again. He has performed well in the Ashes because the Ashes was taking place in Australia, and
Yes, and it was
whatever
the
I was
Australian
saying,
summer. Australian summer.
Australian summer, Australian summer and Indian summer is very, because the juice that is there in the wicket in the Australia, you will not find absolutely.
And,
It's a
and Australian summer temperature is 12, 13, 14. So, very much less than 40.
yeah, and the summers are getting intensified at the moment because it's a
Correct.
May. So over here now, and his bowling is conducive much more for that placid wicket for that wicket which will be, that means there will be movement in the bowling. Rather in these dry wickets, the team should focus much more on the slow, on the medium pacers. He's not a he's basically a fast bowler. The medium pacers will be crucial much more for the next. That means in these days you will see much more medium pacers, and teams who will having more medium pacers and spinners, slow bowlers with them in their armory, they will be much more successful. In that cases, KKR also having a huge chance, and PBKs, I should in the remaining matches
Yeah,
they
we'll
should
talk
play with
about, I think we'll
Chahal.
do a show on LI, LSG, MI, and DC, LI, MSG, DC, and KKR, the four teams. We think they should have a change of their entire team should change. So we'll have a separate show on the last bottom for the last boys. But thank you, Ishanjan. Final question, Sudeep.
Yeah.
PBKs, two questions. If they have to win, what they have to do? And four losses, is it going to hurt their mental physique?
Yeah,
Because losses are very important in mental psyche of with champions.
absolutely. Because,
So, for what change do they want to do? Because Priyansh and Prabhsimran are the best openers, along with Head and Abhishek in this tournament. By far, we have been talking this. So, what is the change they need to do? And these four losses, how are they going to cope up with this? Two questions,
yeah.
and then we close.
Yeah, first of all, they may need to look at their bowling lineup. I think it's high time that Chahal comes back into the main team, playing 11. This is more important. More than that, they don't have much options. If you look at it, the entire squad, there are not much options in the bowling. They don't have much alternatives. So other than Chahal, I don't see anyone else making the cut at the
Uh,
moment. And
so
regarding the
one
back,
thing,
yeah, yeah,
they should play with Deep. Why don't they trying Deep Devendran, who was that
okay.
under 19 uncapped player with Punjab, which Punjab has selected from the under 19 team? D
Maybe,
Devendran.
maybe,
They should try with them. Him.
yeah, I think, but at this crunch time, I doubt whether they will take the risk because this is a
Yes.
very crunch
They
situation
are, I think there are two matches
where,
left for
where,
PKS.
where I think they have to win all the matches they play now because it's a crunch situation at the moment. So I don't think they are not going to make too many
PBKS is in
changes.
trouble. They have three matches and they have to win all. Otherwise, they are out. Because
Absolutely.
CSK, I think CSK is going to go up and RR has an outside chance. So basically, PBKS may not qualify. I mean, come on.
It's quite
As you
interesting,
are right,
at the
Sudeep.
moment. Yeah.
What a situation. PBKS may not qualify.
I think these last four matches, the losses have done them. They are in deep trouble at the moment.
Not only
And
deep
I
trouble,
will say with
they have to win three.
Arshdeep, he should this Deep Divendan should complement Arshdeep in
And
their playing
Sudhir,
11.
if CSK qualifies, that would be like it. I mean, they were at the bottom for
Absolutely,
almost three
they were at
weeks.
the, yeah, they were at the
They were at the
bottom.
bottom for
After
two
this,
and a half weeks,
even
I
the
think. They were at
bottom,
the
all
bottom.
the
And
KKR,
Nishanjan said that never rule out CSK. They are a very difficult side. And
even
they are now
Yes,
four,
SRH
five.
was at the bottom. Now SRH is at
Yes,
the top four,
top.
Today
RCB
also
and
they are
at
in
SRH.
this
trouble at the
moment,
moment.
and currently at this moment, CSK's order also looking much more that
Stable
means
now, stable,
Stable,
invincible at
stable
very
the
now,
moment
stable.
rather than
Batting
Punjab.
looking much stable, much stable.
much
Much
stable.
stable. And
I have a
Punjab, they are
feeling,
faltering
I
in the
have a
middle
feeling
order also.
CSK, I have a feeling CSK will qualify, and one of the two, either GT or PBKs may go out. I don't know what it will be, but I have a feeling.
I think
I don't know
RR has a
suddenly
good
why they
chance of
dropped
not
Nehal
qualifying.
Vadera
RR
from the
won't be
team.
able to qualify at this current form. RR is will find it a bit difficult at the
RR is
moment.
sixth, yes. RR, I have a feeling that PBK, CSK, DC very looking very
So I
difficult.
think it could
They
be a
will go up
battle
to
between,
14,
yeah,
and
it's a
that's all.
very interesting next week. It will be very interesting this
The
particular week.
revenge week, almost at the bottom, and almost the business end of the week,
Yeah.
because the qualifiers are on 26th, so it's about 2 weeks
But
left. But this has been a very
P-
surprising IPL with
A
the
PBK's,
very
bottom
tough.
I don't
teams
know.
coming up.
It's a roller coaster,
This
basically type of tournament,
see, this change
Yes,
has
Nishanjan,
I
you were
am
saying
actually
something.
bemused with quite of the few changes of PBKs. Why they are not playing with Nihal Vadera in the middle order? This Connolly, when you are saying this
I
Shreyas
think
and
they are
Colony
playing. I
are
think they
pairing up,
played. I think.
that
Connolly is
run
playing
rate is
well.
getting slowed up. But the run rate over the start that they are not getting the good starts are not getting converting into big runs, because Shreyas and Connolly, when these two are batting, the run rate often is getting down. That means sparking down. This is a big concern in on this aspect. I will say Nehal Vadera, if they can, then Nehal Vadera in the between, Nehal Vadera can steer up the run at any moment, because he is the one, he
Yes,
can accelerate the
true.
innings as well as he can, in fact, that means he's a
I
good
think there are a
running
lot of
runner between the
decision
wicket.
makings in all the teams which are leaving us baffled. Of course, at DC, LSG, KKR, too, we don't know what is going to happen with the teams. I do not see Rishabh Pant, Ajinkya Rahane, and
Yes,
uh,
Shashank
Ashar
also they are
Patel as captain
underutilizing
next
him.
year. I do not see them. But at PBK is with Shreyas, and Shreyas need very critical captaincy, Sudhir, because Shreyas we are hearing he's going to be the T20
He's
captain for
in
India.
contention. He's in
Still
contention
in
for the
contention and
T20. Yeah,
could be. He's still ahead of Hardik. So it's a very, very critical 3 matches for him. But PBKs have to win, because otherwise GT or CSK may overtake them.
absolutely,
On
absolutely.
this note, we would like to bring an end to today's. We had a very long session, 4 matches review, and it is hotting up. Trust me, it is really, really getting very exciting at the business end, and we don't know. As of now, RCB we think will qualify along with SRH, CSK very much in contention, RCB very much in contention. Almost all RR also trying desperate, but they will have to be winning all. They all have to win their last 3 matches. PBK, CSK, and RR. And RR, I think, has done great disservice by losing the 3 matches. So GT may well qualify along with SRH, RCB. So on that note, thank you so much, Sudeep and Nishanjan.
Thank
We
you.
will be catching up next in the weekend, where it will be more clear which teams are qualifying. But I
Absolutely.
think it is a very surprising IPL so far. Thank you and good night.